Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another video game anime inspired review. And honestly, I had read Dante's Inferno. I really enjoyed the book, honestly. I think that the book is classic, and of course everybody knows the third canto, which is Abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. Of course, that's part of the movie itself, and they have all the 9 circles of hell, which they did right, and Virgil the poet, and historically it's accurate, but there were some things that I didn't really care for. For instance, there was a lot of lip flap, and it wasn't dubbed very well at all. Voice acting was just horrendous. It was just absolutely awful. Animation was glorious. I mean, even though the animation was really, really good, and in fact, on the back of the cover, it says that it was done by a director that did Ergo Proxy, which I absolutely love. Ergo Proxy, it is unbelievably good. Kite Liberator, I absolutely savor Kite and Kite Liberator. Those are some of my favorite animes of all time, but it's just the voice actors that they chose for this particular work just weren't the best. And the way they depict the actual 9 circles was brilliant, I thought, and very, very, very unsettling, and what I would have imagined in my head, in my brain. But the ending was very unsatisfactory. I thought, oh, you gotta be kidding. If Dante knew what had happened, he would probably want to kill some more people. Or, in his case, liberate a lot of more people, not knowing that the Archbishop was lying. Well, at the time, we all know that indulgence, praying for absolution through indulgence, is the stupidest thing ever. Well, the Catholic Church, God forgive me, but that was one of the absolute most moronic things that the Catholic Church could have done at the time, because they had the power and they had the prestige, and they could read and they could understand Latin, and the common people could not. And that's the whole thing about this story, is you have to be careful of dogma. You have to be very cautious about fundamentalism, and that's where the Crusades actually come in this movie, and that was depicted wonderfully well. It was just absolutely perfect, flawless, and I can give it 3 stars. Yeah, for the animation alone, not for the voice acting. Voice acting, feated at the most. I don't even want to talk about the voice acting because it was just wretched. Beyond that, I thought that the video game trailer looked more interesting than what was actually depicted through the animation, which I didn't think was possible. But if you've read the Inferno, you could give it a passing glance and at least enjoy it for what it's worth, because it's very creatively done, and the fight scenes are just tremendous, and the torture that the the different souls go through in their different rings of hell. You've got lust, you've got gluttony, anger, the ring of traitors, and all that. And it's very creepy. It's just ominous, and it's very gory. This is probably the goriest thing I have seen since a lot of Tokyo Shock films that I've watched, and flinched every time when I watch them, even though I know what's going to happen. And yet you can't look away. It's just one of those things. You know what's going to happen. You know what's coming. And yet you are curious as to know what will happen next. And you feel for Dante. And then lo and behold, Dante was responsible for everything that had happened. He sees all of his friends, just like the Divine Comedy. He sees all of his friends through the guidance of Virgil, and You just think, ugh, you think that you have it bad? Look at poor Dante. Dante is in hell, literally. But it's, I didn't mean that. It's a bad joke, but there is one comment that was made that I thought would make a perfect Homestuck meme, actually. It was, this particular quote. It was, nah, don't worry about him. He's all horn and no brain. And I really like that. That could definitely be said of one of the trolls. uh, yeah, it was really funny. But anyway, I thought that it was, yeah, it was alright. I mean, it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. I don't regret paying the small amount that I did for it. Now I see why, but at least the video game, from what I had witnessed here on the DVD, looks a lot better, and it's just more interesting than the anime was. But despite that, it's not so bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not horrible, but it's kind of mediocre. The only thing that you can take away from it is the animation. The animation and the historical significance of the Crusades, and just that whole idea of religion. And you know, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I just can't put myself under that flag. I can't say that if you don't believe such and such and such and such, you, my friend, are going to be damned for all eternity. No, I don't think that way, and I'm probably a heretic for saying so, but I don't think that you have to be baptized in order to be saved. I think that if you are a good person and you do good and you help other people and you're kind, generous, I don't see why you wouldn't be headed for paradise. I just don't understand, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The Inferno kind of depicts that, but I thought, oh dear Lord, maybe I was right by saying, yeah, I'm headed straight for Hades, but oh well. I tried. I did my best, but it's nonetheless, it's an intriguing film, and if you've read the book, I highly recommend it. Although it's passable at best.